Hey, we're here at Velorution. We're going to be talking everything cross-country ski. So you've picked out skis for yourself. The next step is to figure out which binding to use. Now there's 3 different types of bindings. There's New Nordic Norm, which is this guy here. It's got 2 ridges underneath the foot. There's S&S Pilot, which has 2 bars actually on the boot, and we'll touch on that in a second. And then there's Profil, which has 1 solid bar and a bumper on the front. What we generally say is find a boot that fits your foot well and go with that binding. And there really are only 2 styles of boots. There's different ranges in each boot, but you either have a classic boot, which is going to be for traditional skiing, which is kind of the norm. And then there's skate boots, which will give you a little bit more ankle support, and there'll be a stiffer sole. So with classic boots, you want the sole to be nice and flexy, because that's how you're going to be kind of flexing the boot itself when you're skiing. And as you go up into better boots, you actually get into better heel counters on the boot and a little bit more support. So as you go from there to here, you get into a plastic heel cup, so it's going to hold you a little bit firmer in the boot. And then again, once you go a little bit higher than that, you get into a boot like that. It's still a classic boot, but you can see here it's got a plastic insert around the ankle. Last but not least, in the classic or touring kind of boot, you have a light backcountry boot. So the difference with a boot like this, again, it's going to have more ankle support, a little bit tighter heel cup, but it's actually got a built-in gaiter. So it's a waterproof gaiter that you have, zips up all the way up top. So that's going to keep all the snow out, moisture, keep your feet nice and dry. Here we have a skate boot. You can tell right away it's quite a bit taller. You have a lot more support around the ankle. And the difference in the sole is actually it's quite stiff. It's really hard to flex this way. That's because you're pushing off like you would in a hockey skate. So you don't really need to be able to flex the boot up, but you definitely want it to be stiff torsionally and laterally. With a boot like this, again, you get more of a ankle retainer. And with this particular one, it uses a pilot binding, so it's got the 2 bars like we mentioned earlier. The benefit to a 2-bar system is it gives you a little bit more stability. So you're actually attached to your binding in 2 places. So what that does is it keeps your foot more stable side to side, and also gives you a little bit more control when you're maybe in a snowplow or going uphill, sidestepping around corners, that kind of thing. So poles are very much height-based, and there's a couple different styles of straps that you can get as well. So this is your basic cross-country ski pole, generally an aluminum pole with a basket with a nice metal piece on the end to break through the crust. So the benefit to a cork handle is that it stays warmer with your hand. It doesn't cool down like a plastic handle will. So a little bit warmer on your hands, a little bit softer on your hands as well, and then same kind of grip to go around. And you're set.